Lots of smiling faces down here,
Alex Kersley, 1:35 in the Hyundai Coupe Cup to top qualifying. Good start to the weekend, Alex.
Yeah, that's it. That will do. Yeah, that's it. We had to get it in early. The tyres weren't going to last long, so yeah, we just sent it and done the job.
And Thruxton's a fast track. Not much braking around here, is there?
No, twice we have a little bit of a go on the brakes. Yeah.
And to your left, to your rear, I can see 3 cars with your name on. Tell us a little bit about that.
So this is mine, the Lancaster insurance car. We've also got 2 hire cars, 2 Kersley Motorsport hire cars out this weekend as well.
Cool. Can you convert the qualifying into a podium? I know you've won 1 race already this season. Make it 2?
Yeah, we had a good start. Yeah, of course, we're going to go for it, definitely.
We look forward to watching you later on in the day.
Thank you.
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers.
Conditions looking a little bit drier now, by the way. From
yeah, it's dried out, definitely. We've not had any rain for some time, but track, I think probably for the Hyundai is going to be okay. Always a good little championship, the Hyundais. They've been running for so many years now, these cars, and you think they're not the immediate race car that comes to mind, but they always give us good value for money, because they're not the quickest thing out there. Again, but you don't have to be quick to have a good race if you're all doing the same sort of speeds. So,
well, one thing I always say with motorsport is the slower the car, the better the racing, because they've got more time to think about what they're doing and more time to react to things. So often the door-to-door racing you get, like you say, is great value for money.
I think I can get a quick word with Harry. Harry, just finished your TV interviews. Well done. 3rd place in the race overall and 2nd in class, I think.
Yes. So all these media interviews are tough, aren't they? Yeah, no, it was a short and sweet race. I hear that Chris is all right. That's the main thing. To be honest, it all feels a little insignificant compared to that, but I suppose nevertheless I'm pleased to get a 2nd place. Yeah, and the few laps racing we had were cracking.
Yeah, I'm going to say, as I said to Jamie, it's just like it was a couple of laps to start with, and then about a 5-lap dash.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, to be honest, Caterham is always a dash. It doesn't matter whether it's 5 or 50. But I was leading almost the whole thing, and then Jamie, the absolute swine, got me on the last corner. There's a reason he's got grey hair. It's because he's very wise.
And you're not out again now till tomorrow?
I believe so. Yes. We're doing a rain dance for tomorrow.
Okay. Well, you've got a chance to get one over on him, perhaps overnight.
Fingers crossed, yeah, fingers crossed.
Excellent, well done. Congratulations on your 3rd place.
2nd.
2nd even, yeah, sorry. 2nd in class, 3rd in the race. Well, that about wraps up the first 3 at any rate, and I can see the Hyundais going out onto the track. So back to you, Chaz, for the grid.
Thank you very much, John. Great stuff as always. Going to show how bad of a pit reporter I am when I do it tomorrow. Alex Kersley then is going to be on pole position in the number 8 machine for the Carbon8 Hyundai Coupe Cup with Toyo Tires. Mark Jones in the number 32 car will line up alongside him. Then it's the Mark III machine, car number 69, Alistair Dendy. Then it's Wayne Rocket in 4th place, car 17. James Goodwin's 25 car lines up alongside Matt Mitter. Now, he was very exciting in that number 10 machine in qualifying, so keep an eye out for him. Ursula Jordan in the 94 car starts in 7th ahead of number 27 Darren Banks. Number 5 Michael Evans is 9th ahead of Johnny Rocket, car 19 in P10. Mitchell Marie's number 8 car starts 11th ahead of Nick Flowers, car 48, P12. Paul Laurie is in car 28, he's 13th ahead of Dan Fletcher in car 75. Then we have car 81 John Sheridan ahead of Roger Owens in the number 26. Then it is Neil Hurren in car 87, and he's starting alongside Wysowski, Lee Wysowski, there you go, I'll get it right, in the number 9. Then it's Spencer Hirons, 65, and at the back of the grid, car 21 is Kevin Sanford. There are Mark 1, Mark 2 and Mark 3 Hyundai Coupes out there today. So a good variation, even though it's a 1-make series, or 1 make, 1 model essentially. It's just 3 different versions of this car through its evolution. I believe the car starting on pole position is very aptly a Mark 1 car. The car starting second is a Mark 2, and the car starting third is a Mark 3. So literally, as the first 3 cars come through, you will have a visual representation of the evolution of the Hyundai Coupe. But as mentioned just earlier by John, they're not the immediate race cars that come to mind, but they are still very, very entertaining bits of kit. Great value for money and a lot of fun to watch. But it is indeed the number 88 Mark 1 Hyundai Coupe on pole position. Then it's the number 32 Mark 2 and the number 69 Mark 3 with very JDM style different coloured front wheels to the back wheels for car 69, which is a nice touch that I quite enjoy, to be honest. That car, of course, being driven by Alistair Dendy.
Chaz, I've got Chris Savage with me, actually.
Oh, okay.
So it's great news to see him standing here chatting and actually just waiting to go up into the control tower, I think, to see the clerks. But, Chris, just give us your view.
Yeah, it was quite interesting, really. First lap, there was a dry line, there was wet lines, typical catering racing, 10 abreast coming into the corner. There were cars locked up everywhere. I got collected and over I went. So one of those things, it's catering racing, happens, but nah, it's apart from a wallet, all good.
So it actually overturned just the once, or did it do a barrel roll?
I didn't actually count.
Eyes closed at that time, were they?
Everything, eyes closed, everything clenched, I think was is what happened. But no, it's all good. It's all good. And whilst I'm here, I just want to say the marshals on over there and the safety crew were absolutely fantastic. It wasn't nice hanging upside down for a while, but no, they were brilliant. So I'd like to thank them. So.
Well, your thanks, I'm sure they've heard it, and the good news is that you're here to tell us the story and not off down the road somewhere to be checked out at the local hospital.
No, that's the good news.
I've said to the other guys, we'll see you later on, we'll see you tomorrow. Probably not going to be the case for you, though.
Definitely not.
Okay, enjoy the rest of your weekend here at Thruxton. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
There you go. That was the man, Chris Savage, that the safety car came out for, so you've heard it from him. Perfectly okay. Probably going to ache a little bit in the morning, but apart from that, the bank balance has taken a big whack.
Yeah, good to hear that he's okay, and obviously very extended thanks to the marshals. But the race is underway now in the Hyundai Coupe Cup, and there's a really, really big dice at the front of the field, but it looks to me like Goodwin has had an absolute belter of a start in the number 25 car and gone right up into second position. And behind him we've got a battle between the number 17 of Rocket, who started in 4th place, and then Dendy in the 69, who started in 3rd. Jones in the 32 car seems to have lost a few spots off the start in his jigsaw camouflage car, sort of defeating the object of camouflage and the fact that it's got bright neon yellow bits on it, but even still it's a very striking design. The field are all filtering their way around the far end of the circuit now, going through Church Corner very quickly indeed. Got a couple of cars side by side in the middle of the pack. Trying to go side by side around Church Corner is very, very brave indeed. It looks like Dendy's trying to make a move now on Goodwin to take that second place back. I say that though, but he actually started 3rd. Very close door to door into the chicane for the first time. Gets it turned in nicely. And Dendy is in front, and it is Goodwin in the 25 in 3rd place. He's now going to come under pressure from the number 17 car, which is Wayne Rocket. Wayne looks down the inside as they go towards turn 1, and out of my sight here, looks like he's got it done. The rest of the field all very, very close together. A couple of the other drivers just hanging off the back of the pack a little bit there. That's Heron's in the number 65, Sanford just in front in the 21. Still a novice sticker on Heron's car. We'll see a lot of them this weekend. It doesn't particularly mean that they're slower than the other drivers that they're racing against, just they don't have as much inexperience, or as much experience I should say, behind the wheel. But still, the battle for 3rd place very much going on by the look of it. As I look at the feed to my right hand side, Goodwin having to properly fight here with Rocket, and it looks also like Jones is trying to come back at them as well. They've actually got the 10 of Mitter just behind them too. Now Mitter was, as I mentioned before, very exciting in qualifying. Definitely one to keep an eye on for this race. The black machine with the white design down the side of it. He was just behind the number 32 of Jones a moment ago. He is still there. He's trying to get some sort of cutback as they go through Church, but your race leader at the moment, Kersley, untouched as of now, but to be fair, it looks like Alistair Dendy is on a bit of a charge in that Mark III, wiggling around like mad on the brakes. But here comes Mitter down the inside, outbrakes himself a little bit, just about has contact with the 94. Ursula's out of control. It goes one way, then the other, and again, and into the tyre barrier, snaps the rear wing off the car. That's Ursula Jordan. That was a real shame. I'm not sure if that was actually as a result of contact with Mitter. I think that, to be fair, on just the downshift, the car suddenly pivoted one way, then the other. Just seen the replay on the feed, but it just, to me, it just doesn't look like it was initially contact. There was another touch just near the end of the incident with Mitter, and then as the car went backwards into the wall, it just snapped the struts for the rear wing, but she was able to continue. But lively racing once again from these excellent Hyundai Coupes. Just under 11 minutes to go of this race. But what's going to happen near the front? Because Dendy did the fastest lap of the race, 4/10 faster than Kersley on that previous lap. They're coming back down to Church Corner again. Kersley still holding on currently, really showing what that car is capable of. Dendy trying to stick with him as best as he can. Wayne Rocket just behind, then it's Goodwin very much on his tail. Then you've got Jones, but then it's Evans, Banks, Mitter, Fletcher and Rocket all leading the rest of the pack, which are right together. And that was Banks down the inside, and the number 27 flicks it one way, then the other. Lovely move to get past the number 5 of Evans, the bright yellow and purple machine. And now it looks like Mitter is under attack as well from the other Rocket, which is Johnny Rocket. Sounds like he should be in a punk band, doesn't it? It's a brilliant name. But awesome battling all the same between those guys. Looks like Johnny has got it done. Now Mitter has to think about Fletcher in this as well, because he's in one of those situations now where you have to try and attack while defending as well. It's not easy to do. A little bit further back, Ursula has actually made a position back after the incident on Wyzowski. The race leaders have quite the gap, 2.1 seconds over Wayne Rocket in third place, then Goodwin in fourth. Goodwin has got Jones right behind him now by the look of it. Jones really sticking with him. Dendy using all of the road to go after that race lead. And it looks like as well Jones is going for the move on Goodwin for fourth place. Dendy even having a look down the inside into the chicane. Jones has got the move done already for fourth, although he's out of shape. He's sideways into the chicane, rotates the car completely, and now he's got to wait for the entire field to come back through. He'd be better off going to his left. He's actually doing a 3-point turn here at the chicane. He'd be better off going left and then swinging it all the way around. Lights up the fronts and gets going again. But that is a real shame for the man that started second on the grid. He's going to lose another place as well, I believe, to Ursula Jordan. What an absolute nightmare for Mark Jones. Just completely overdid it on the way in, and this is the thing, we were talking about weight transfers earlier with these cars, especially in a chicane like that where you're hard on the brakes, getting the car pitched in, making sure it doesn't slide away from you too much, and then once it does grip, you've got to just catch it in case it oversteers slightly and then flick the weight the other way. Sometimes it just overdoes it and it completely goes around on you, and unfortunately that's exactly what happened to Jones there, and he now drops down to 13th position. But still, we've got a brilliant battle going on between Johnny Rocket and Matt Mitter. Mitter in the black, number 10, all over the back of Johnny Rocket as they go through Church. He's even looking down the inside on the way in there. I'm not sure if that's going to compromise his line too much. These cars are very, very much about momentum. You have to really carry it through the corners. But here come the two leaders then. Kersley only just ahead of Dendy. He took a really wide entry into the corner. It doesn't seem to have properly worked for him there. It's all the white and blue cars at the front because Wayne Rocket is starting to catch up with them. Oh, we've got another car around. We've got two cars around at the final chicane. It's the number 27 that's gone first, which is Banks. There's lockups aplenty. As Johnny Rocket was the other car that went around there. Oh, and we've got actually an issue for the 75. He's just come in the pits. Oh, and it's a big off for Jones. Jones is off and into the wall hard at the final corner. Looks like the car just went straight on. He had an issue on the brakes. I've just seen it out my window. You can see it now on the feed. Car just did not want to turn at all. He came into the last corner, locked up the front right, and it went straight on and just bounced away from the wall. Marshall chatting away to him. Probably just a little bit winded after it was a head-on impact into the barrier. It's knocked the barrier down. He's got out of the car and he's walking away, which is great to see. But yeah, a very busy lap at this final chicane. Then two cars spinning around completely. The 27 and of course then the 75 of Fletcher ended up going into the pit lane. But what should have been a fantastic race for the number 32. Mark Jones has unfortunately finished early in the worst way possible with retirement. Started second on the grid, but this means now we're not going to see any overtaking manoeuvres into the final chicane, which could really spice things up, and we may see an overtaking manoeuvre into turn 1 here as Wayne Rocket's got a fantastic run on Alistair Dendy. He's now going to take the pressure away from Kersley, so there could be a potential change for the lead. We've got cars side by side into the chicane. Yellow flags being waved, of course, so no overtaking manoeuvres going on there. That's Mitchell Marie in the Misty Racing car, backing out of a move to overtake Banks in the... Sorry, it's not Banks now in the 27, is it? Because Banks dropped down. No, it's Banks. Apologies. Oh, it's Hurren. Apologies. Hurren had actually got ahead of Mitch Marie on that lap. Kersley now will be really happy to see that Dendy is under pressure from Wayne Rocket. But it's a very sorry sight. Mark Jones' car just sat away from the barrier there. Through Church once again come the leaders then. We've got just over 4 minutes of this race still to go. Their first race of the weekend. They have another one tomorrow morning just before lunchtime at 10 to 12. I say just before lunchtime, but lunch is actually at about 2 o'clock tomorrow. As all, big moment for Alistair Dendy, really sideways through the final chicane. Exactly what we've seen from other drivers as well. Chucks it one way and then the other, and I've just seen that Ursula Jordan has had a big off on the back of the circuit. Sure if Ursula continued from that. Looks like just keeping it out of the wall as well from what I've seen on the feed. They're side by side in the final chicane here. This is Mitch Marie trying to get past Hurren. Hurren of course racing in 2 different series this weekend, racing in the BARC Red Series as well. Ursula Jordan, I can confirm, has just come past me as well at the final corner, but Ursula on the way in to the pit lane now, with the damage of course to the rear of the car clearly affecting it. Obviously no rear wing adding any downforce to the back of the car, the rear end of it obviously just getting away on that previous run through. But the lead battle opening up a little bit here. There was only 4 tenths between Dendy and Rocket for second place, but Kersley having it easy at the moment. I say having it easy, I mean it's motorsport, it's never easy, is it? Let's face it, but making it look easy anyway. of the other Kersley Motorsport cars. The number 21 machine of Kevin Sanford has just come past me out of the final corner, but here comes your race leader then, hoping not to get caught up behind Herons in the 65, and again Alistair Dendy sideways, he's way out of shape, and he gives second place away to Wayne Rocket. Rocket doesn't even need to sneak through there, he just drives straight past him out of the final corner. We have a battle here between Mitter and, is that the number 5 of Evans? It is actually. Mitter's got ahead of him on this lap. Got cars nearly 3 wide into the final chicane. Bit of contact there between the number 5, the Misty Racing Machine. Almost looked like he tried to take out Horan then through the final corner. Really chucked his right hand down. One of them making an absolute racket there. I think maybe the 81 of Sheridan making an absolute load of noise, much like I am. But Alistair Dendy has been overdoing it into this final chicane one too many times at the moment, but he's got a big gap back to Goodwin, so he doesn't need to worry too much at the moment. Just got to hope that he doesn't completely loop it if he does it again. 1 minute left on the clock then. So one more lap to go after this. We've got Sanford just making his way round to the final chicane now. He's the last car on the lead lap. I think based on the gap he may get lapped this time round. But here comes Kersley to start the final lap of the race. Rocket in second place, Dendy in third, really attacking those curbs, trying to get every bit of momentum he can out of this car. Someone else that's trying to get every bit of momentum out of it is Goodwin. He was flying over the curbs through the final chicane. So the number 10 of Mitter also attacking them. I said earlier he was exciting. He's been up into 6th, down to 8th, now back up to 5th. He had a very, very strong run in this race, but not the most consistent at holding his position. Now we've got Laurie ahead of Mitch Murray a bit further back. And I believe it is the 81 that is making all of the racket out there on track. A bit further back we've got Owens in the 26 and then the 48 of Flowers battling together. Owens has overtaken Flowers on this lap. Looks like Flowers wants to repay the favour, but Kersley has done a great job in this race so far, hasn't been overtaken at all. Started from pole position, has continued to lead all the way through. Through Church once more. It's going to be a very, very strong win, a very convincing win as well for Kersley. Car 88 started on pole position and he has stayed there all the way through. There's a late challenge here from Rocket. Just where is Dendy? Dendy's going very slowly on this final lap, but Kersley doesn't mind as he takes the race win for the first race of the weekend. And it's Wayne Rocket in second place. There's all the car out of shape at the final corner, and actually the number 25 has come through. Goodwin has taken third off Dendy in the final lap. It looks like the 21 has had an issue as well. Doesn't seem like he can get the car in gear. But what a brilliant win for Kersley. Rocket second, Goodwin third. Dendy's race gets worse and he goes to 4th. Mitter 5th, Evans 6th, and Banks in 7th in the number 27. We've got some final battles going on here to be decided. There's the very noisy? No, I was reading the side of the car. Kersley machine, the number 81 of Sheridan, bringing the noise quite literally there at the end of the race. And then the battle at the back, Owens and Flowers. Who's going to get it? Flowers goes to the pit wall to the right hand side, but Owens just beats him to the line. Well, bang for buck was the phrase that John used earlier, and he was not kidding. That was brilliant stuff from the Carbon8 Hyundai Coupe Cup, and we look forward to seeing those again tomorrow at 10 to 12 as it is in the programme. the next race of the day will be one of my absolute favourites up here in the commentary box, which is the Mighty Minis Championship. Two classes, of course, as mentioned. We have the Super Mighty Minis and just your everyday Mighty Minis, which will be racing one another. The Super Mighty Minis, slightly bigger engines, a bit more power, and also just around a lap. Very entertaining nonetheless, very much like the Caterhams earlier, and yeah, believe me, I said that, but in the way that they behave, you know, there's so much. It's going to be an make their way back in now. We'll be back with you with John in a moment, who's going to try and speak to some of the drivers down there if he gets a chance, and we will have the Mighty Minis in a few minutes.
Well, as I said, down in the assembly area with our race winner, looked, well, it wasn't easy, was it?
It was hot. Yeah, it's just having to look after the tyres. I see the Gen 3 car. He was out braking me into the chicane. I thought just hold on for a few more laps, and his tyres will drop off quicker than mine, and they did. Thankfully.
It's quite abrasive around this surface, and obviously with the weather it's made a slightly different situation, but I guess the track was near enough dry for you guys then, was it?
Yeah, there was a worry that there was going to be damp spots, but there wasn't. It was full grip, so yeah, it held well. Yeah, it's harsh though, isn't it, on the tyres?
So that's it for today. Back again to do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, I might come back and do it again tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll see you and we'll be chatting again.
Hopefully. Thank you.
Well done, Alex. Congratulations on the win. Second place. Let's have a little look. It's the 17 car of Wayne Rocket. Wayne, again, a race where you sort of improved a little bit as the race went on.
Yeah, started off, just couldn't get the turning on the car, and then the car just sort of come to me. Found a couple of little lines that I worked out halfway through the race, and then I think I started closing on the leaders, which was good.
So again, as I just said, you got a night off now, a bit of relaxation, and then get ready and do it all again tomorrow. Great little cars though, these, and you know, they're not the most expensive race car. They're probably a cheaper form of motor racing, if any motor racing is cheap. But it's just a great little series, and when all the cars are very equally matched, it makes great racing.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a great budget series, and a few more cars out here would make it one of the best ones, I reckon.
Well, there you go, Wayne. Well done on second. Hopefully it'll be number one tomorrow.
Fingers crossed.
We'll see. And I think we've probably just got a quick word to with our third place man, the number 25 car, and that is James Goodwin. James, it all came good for you with the demise of the third place man on the last lap.
Oh, yeah, I feel sorry for Ali. You know, that's not the way I want to make places up around here, you know. But equally, I'm over the moon with third place. Home circuit, you know, fantastic job.
So everybody here cheering for you. Got the family down, have you?
Yeah, they're all behind us. Yeah, so.
There you go, supporters club in tow.
Mate, yeah, excellent. Yeah, you can't beat it. You know, racing these guys close, fair, round Thruxton. Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, third place today. As I said to the other guys, you got a night off. Can you go one better tomorrow?
Hopefully, we'll give it a go. I mean, these guys are fast at the front, so yeah, we'll give it everything tomorrow. See what we can do.
Good luck and congratulations on the third place.
Thank you lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Well done, supporters.